Hello and welcome to Plus TV Africa's Tea Time. Now on this program we bring you the latest updates, the latest headlines and the latest stories, the latest entertainment stories that is from around the world of entertainment indeed. I'm Tokumbo Taiwo and here with me in the studio are my co-anchors Elsie Godwin and Ife Oshunkeye. Hi guys.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good weekend.
Great weekend.
Good Easter weekend.
Lovely Easter weekend.
Elsie, you're not saying anything.
It was just a weekend.
It was just a weekend. There was nothing enjoyable about it.
Giddy Fest popped like it was lovely. Yeah.
And Ife, you went for some events over the weekend?
Yeah, that's what he's talking about, Giddy Fest.
But I didn't go there to cover. I went to chill.
Exactly, that's how I was like.
Well, if I'm going by viewing the first story, the weekend was great.
Okay, so let's move on now. Michael Jackson versus Beyonce. Apparently, Nigerians are arguing about who is actually a better performer. And I was like, okay, this would be cool, you know, for us to actually have a chit-chat about MJ versus Beyonce, you know, and who we think is actually the best.
We're just going to argue that. We're talking about, does Beyonce have anything like the moonwalk?
Here we go.
That is why. Are you joking? Does Beyonce,
does
Beyonce grab on a crouch and go, woo? Are you joking? Please don't compare, man. You can't compare the legend and Beyonce. Nah. Beyonce, we love you. The Beehives.
But she's not a legend.
Do not come for me. She is definitely a legend.
Right.
But when you're talking about performance, hell.
Okay, you know what else? I'm going to come to you, but I want to get some more info from Ife. When it comes to performance, you mean stage performance or performance?
Beyonce is very energetic. We know that she has a good choreography team. She has this, but Michael Jackson is the type of person that brings his music to life, in the sense that everything he's talking about is probably acting it. He was probably acting it out on stage. You know, he had the old Thriller performance. He had the zombies on stage. You know, they used to put a lot of money, a lot of effort, a lot of hours.
Yeah,
look at This Is It.
Beyonce.
Look at This Is It. Yeah, while he was filming that was the period he also died, right? Now, if you watch This Is It, the documentary, you would not even be having this conversation about who is better.
Okay, if I will come to you, let's hear what Elsie has to say.
Please, let's remain with him because he's saying my mind. So just continue, fire on.
I won't even be saying this. Like, to dates, when, you know, I'm getting dressed and I'm in a good mood, I still try some MJ moves like, oh!
Exactly,
I'm feeling myself.
Exactly.
You know, I
do the same thing.
No, I don't. I'm like, but
do you see me doing the whole formation thing? I woke up
what I'm saying is that Ife has a lot of, MJ has a lot of fans who still do that, you know, so that was my point. And in as much as we say about MJ, Beyonce also has her, you know, her fans as well.
We never disputed that. We're just saying there is no comparison.
Oh, Ife, you're really...
It's like comparing Burna Boy's performance with
but it's not just performance. But it's not just performance that looking at Ife. It's everything.
I mean, yes, even if you're looking at everything, I mean,
you think legacy,
number of albums sold, no Spotify, no Apple Music, nothing.
At the time, exactly.
You know, so
people talked about that.
If you want to go, I mean, I wasn't saying much because it kept that performance. But if you want to talk about the whole record of what he has done,
sales,
the way his fans react when they see him, Michael Jackson was like a demigod. Like he was.
Someone actually commented that when Michael Jackson performs, when they go to his shows, people faint. They are yet to say that with Beyonce.
So I mean, you can't even. I mean, there are so many people we can start comparing with Beyonce when it comes to what she has sold and the kind of impact.
Well, in terms of that, because I was looking at
Adele even comes before her. There's one other person too I saw comes before her. So
because I was looking at how much she has sold.
Three-year-old child that knows who Michael Jackson is, but may not know who Beyonce is.
I find that hard to believe.
No, why would you find that hard to believe?
Because, you know, the times, the era. Exactly, facially.
But Michael Jackson, once they say mommy, Michael Jackson, do you get me?
Like, it depends. If someone has not been shown who Michael Jackson is, exactly.
You don't show who Michael Jackson is, then
come on, you're not living in everyone's house. You don't know. Some people don't go back as far as Michael Jackson's music.
Because of you, we'll create a poll.
Yes, to check it out. And then you'll be satisfied once I win that poll. Thank you.
Once you
Okay,
win.
so Elsie,
If you win.
exactly. Elsie, I picked up on one of the things you were saying in terms of their music sales, and I was like, okay, I'll be curious to actually see. And some people are actually claiming that she sold just like 17 million, but some people are adding it to the 17 million that she sold when she was with
Destiny's Child.
with Destiny's Child. So all in all, it came
Even
to about
combined.
like even combined, Elsie. Even combined. So I was looking at Michael Jackson's own as well. There are people two numbers that I saw. Some group of people are saying about he sold like 750 million, but some people that I saw said that they looked into it in greater detail and they came up with like 200 and I think 206, 7. Even so, it still beats Beyonce.
Artists in history that would never fade away. And I'm not saying, 4.
Okay.
And I'm not saying this because I'm pulling statistics out of thin air, but because I've checked projections and predictions on these people by music moguls. Now, the first name is Michael Jackson. Second, Bob Marley. Third, Lucky Dube. 4, Fela and Nicolas Bokuti. They would never, ever fade away. Quotes me, when I'm 99, I'll still come back and say, I don't do that.
Yeah, but they would have faded away by then if...
You think?
Yes.
Let's wait and see.
Yeah, I think they would have faded away.
God grants us all long life.
That generation, the last generation, won't even remember who MJ was.
Well,
Yes, I think so. By the time you're 99,
Tokumbo,
yes.
I'll come with my walking stick to tell you this thing.
we'll have a tea time walking stick.
Yeah, you know.
In fact, you're not going to be around by then to even say anything, I mean, like 19...
Tokumbo has been paying debts for me since last week.
It's not
Tokumbo,
work.
should I be worried?
Don't be worried because no one has that right or no one knows what's going to happen. I'm just like, you just seem so confident that you will live that long.
Promise me that I shall live long in the land of the living.
Living long may not be 99.
Do you understand?
This is the same person that goes to church once a
do not
month.
worry
Doesn't matter
about me
though.
living a long life because God has already promised me, and in His words, He has promised me long life, good health, and wealth.
Okay.
So do not worry about me. Okay.
What I'm saying is that if
let God get my back.
long life doesn't necessarily mean 99 now. Long life is
I could be 105.
50.
I could be
Let it
127.
go
I could be
now.
140.
I don't understand. Why you
I could be
add
150.
You know when he was going
All
to
right,
die?
back to MJ, please. MJ and Beyonce. Okay, so some people are actually arguing that that we can't compare what what Beyonce has done. That she's given birth, she came back.
You want MJ to
I'm like,
I don't understand.
know.
But he has kids anyways.
No, that's not that. What you're saying is that what she has done is legendary. That she gave birth and that she came back
But then
on.
I'm saying let's take
and
it
she's still
away from MJ and those that she's closer with
Yeah.
when it comes to statistics. If you want to talk about childbirth, now we can talk about Adele and I don't know why I can't remember other people. Or maybe because
have
we are
given
still going
birth?
to talk about Adele on this show,
We'll
right?
talk about
But
Adele, yeah.
I think that's what keeps running. So if you want to do female, let's
you
look
do it
for the
separately.
female that
Exactly,
you want
not
to compare her
generalize
with.
it.
But if you're generalizing, whether you're female, male, hermaphrodite,
doesn't make-
female, Michael Jackson beats you. There's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, all right. I think on that note, we're going to rest that case there. We'll take a quick break right now.
Rest in peace.
We're taking a quick break, but still to come, we've got headlines on Davido, Eminem, Adele, and Olamide. We'll be right back. You're watching Plus TV Africa, and this is Tea Time.
I loved the energy when I came in here. It was so positive. I was like, I can't live here.
My real names are Akbofio Fobo, Akborobo Memere.
I think my father is a comedian because most times when he calls me, he's like, yo, make sure you use condom, them girls out there.
So are you telling me I should have shot my shots?
Ife, you are my younger brother. Age is nothing but a number. What? I'm a vampire.
I believe in equal rights for women, and I also believe that a man is the head of the house, so we need to draw our limits somewhere.
Feels so good. Now can I do my jam now?
Yeah, you can.
Welcome back. You're watching Tea Time right here on Plus TV Africa. Up next is the very latest on Adele as the pop star parts with her husband. Okay, so when was it they even started dating? You know, let's even go back in history. They started, I think, in 2011. 2011, yes. And they had a child a year after, but they legally got married 5 years later. That was in 2016. I don't know. I'm a fan of Adele. I'm sad for her because they didn't really share much info because they said they wanted to keep things private, you know. So they've not really shed more light on what was really going on. If it's Adele that wants to call it off, or if it's the husband. But it's sad that that they're divorcing themselves, you know. And like I said, I've always been a fan of Adele. Her music, her songs, everything about her. So this is like, I feel sad for her, you know, if this is on her own part. But I don't know much about the husband. His name is Simon Konecki, I think, and he runs a charity. He's a CEO for a charity. But I don't know what you guys
He also runs a business.
Yes. So
he uses some of the profits to run the charity. Well, I saw an article I read. I mean, they don't want to talk about it, but there are always people from the camp and friends that would share some
insight,
agreed information. I don't think they're going to share things that she wouldn't want them to share. And from what they are saying, they've had a very distant relationship. Yes, they've tried as much as possible to always make it work, but he stays in the UK and she has decided to stay in the US because she feels like so many people don't know her there, as in facially at least. She can just go into a bar or have fun with her friends, and because of that, there's been a strain, and coupled with the fact that they're staying apart used to be, from what I read, used to be for a couple of days, but then he went into weeks because of his own NGO movement. He had to come to Africa at some point to do some of the, I think his NGO is involved in providing water for areas that do not have clean waters, you know. So it's, I think it's a mutual agreement and decision. And I want to believe that, from what I read, I want to believe that they would still maintain a very cordial relationship.
At least for the sake of their son.
Yeah, it's not going to be a messy divorce. It's not a case of cheating. It's not a case of, I don't think,
we're compatible.
You know, it is just what it is, you know. It's more like, let's just allow each other fly. Basically, that's how I see it.
So before we round up, let's hear what Ife has to say.
I'm just going to combine two songs. Hello, is it me you're looking for?
She's not looking for you at all.
Hello from the other side.
It's a kiss. But there's a bit of fights that broke out of this on social media. You know, Adele and the story of her first album, or one of her biggest albums, where
19.
Yeah,
25.
because of
she wrote
her
19
heartbreak.
first.
I mean, that came out of a heartbreak. So immediately she announced this, some of her fans were like, oh, it's time for a new album and this is going to be big. And then others were like, why would you be so insensitive to
No, but some people actually said they spotted her in the studio and that, so she's probably working on something.
But some feel like that's insensitive of her fans to expect an album. But I mean, if that has been her greatest inspiration, would you blame anybody for wanting
But you know, like if I was singing this song, Hello from the Other Side, perhaps they were on the other side of the planet when they were,
you know, maybe he
at
was
the
in
time.
Africa.
Exactly, and she was saying
and
hello from the other side. So maybe this is making sense, I would say.
So we're expecting an album. I'm sorry, I have to be on that table.
What do you think the title might be? Ife, you're the music. You're the music.
I found love in Ife. Oh,
seriously?
He has some hope that is hopeless.
I think we need to move on. Okay, up next, Davido's cousin, B Red, says he doesn't envy Davido. Okay. Okay. Yeah, so it's good that he says he doesn't envy, you know.
Who is even asking? That's the problem.
He went for an interview.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, but he was asked in an interview.
Is that?
I mean, it's a type of question I could also ask. I don't think it's... Yeah, because,
no,
I mean...
There's always... Than that,
but there's sibling rivalry, let alone cousin rivalry.
Do you understand?
So
even
it's a legit question.
They
get that jealous.
It's not like they've put up any vibe of jealousy. So
from
why
the past.
Are we even talking about it? Like, why are we always trying to bring up something that is not there?
No,
I know why I'm saying this, because Everything Akon said over the weekend made sense. I don't know if you guys saw the Akon speech where it was talking about how they project Africa and how it feels that Africa is actually better than America. It's based on the projection. He said that America, they're the biggest brand makers in the world. They make you see what you want to believe. He said in Chicago alone, there were over 25,000 death cases from gun violence. But we probably know about only 5 or 6. But as soon as any bad thing happens in Africa, Nigeria, wherever, we're already putting it out there. The media is supporting it. They want to put it out there. He said it is a projection. He said that you see that the image you have of Africa, even in America, is the Shaka Zulu people holding the spears and all of that. Meanwhile, America, they are showing you Superman, Batman, they are showing you different things. So he's telling you that, look, it is the way you want to view things. So that is why I'm going to say this whole B-Red and Davido thing is just us putting out exactly what we want. We just like negativity. I think we should feed off more positive energy and stop asking stupid questions like, are you jealous of your cousin? Because that alone can put the thoughts in somebody's head. This is somebody that is happy going on tour with his cousin. His cousin is supporting him with his music. He's putting out music every day. He's putting out videos. He's not paying for all of that. There's a record label which they're all in charge of that they're all paying for all of that.
So the fact that can he not just comment?
No,
that, yes, I'm not jealous.
He's going at the whoever asked the question.
I think we should feed off more positive energy than this whole negativity thing, trying to bring rivalry between would you think is better, Tenny or Tiwa Savage? Can we just let everybody
MJ and Beyonce?
I mean,
do you understand?
after he was just on that table, I don't know what to say to you right now.
Because they brought it up. I wasn't going to bring up Beyonce.
And you would never even bring this up.
Do you understand? So let us feed off more positive stuff. Let us put more positive stuff out there. Let people see us for who we really are. Focus on B-Red's talent if it comes on your table. Focus on him as a music artist, as what he's doing for himself. Not, are you jealous of your cousin? Come on, who does that?
Oops, someone has done it.
I like that someone has done
Elsie,
it.
Unfortunately, we haven't got time.
Knock him down.
Yes,
okay, so let's move on then.
Yes, still to come on Morning Tea Time, some scoop regarding Eminem and his sobriety. That's coming up right after this break.
What we do not understand, we will stigmatize.
What you can see is the remaining of the tanker that exploded.
The suspect equally confessed.
A 500 naira they collect am.
If you no talk, then go beat you.
Now 2,500 they pay.
Welcome back. Eminem commemorates 11 years of sobriety with Still Not Afraid message. That headline is up for conversation next. Okay, so Elsie, let me come to you first. I think it's commendable, but
I think it's commendable. I mean, and I think it's going to be a source of inspiration to so many out there struggling to stay away from some form of addiction. I mean, this should be a good inspiration from them. And when I saw it, I was happy. Happy for him. 11 years, that is a big one. And also hoping that he stays true also. And that, like I said, people should be inspired by him. I mean, he's still dropping great albums. Yeah. And this is, I mean, that's one of the reasons some go into doing whatever it is, because they believe that it takes them to a particular place where they get inspired to release whatever they want to release. But I mean, Eminem, when you come at him, he still shuts you down with great lyric, I know, and he's still doing it. So I'm happy he put this out there, and I hope that someone gets inspired.
Yeah, because one of the things that, you know, you hear about celebrities who, you know, are sober, you know, relapse, exactly. So for him to have done it for so long and not relapse, I'm really, really proud of him. Ife, your take?
Well, like you said, I'm really, really proud of Eminem, and like Elsie also said, he still comes with you with a back-to-back hits. And so showing that you really do not need the drugs to be inspired or to put out a great album. Even though some may say that in recent times he hasn't dropped fire albums like he did in the past when he was on drugs. Some would say that, but some would also be of the opinion that at least he's still doing what he loves to do. He's still putting in a lot of work and is still doing great. So this is very commendable, and like you said, this would inspire a lot of others. And you know the person that came to my mind, the story of Lizzie, that went viral last week. And I'm hoping that after like 11 years we're going to actually see her say I am still sober. And so that was the only person that came to my mind.
By the way, speaking of Lizzie, the school came out with, you know, some kind of statement saying, you know, they released some kind of statement anyway.
That statement was very lame though.
Yes, because I
think
they're just trying to disassociate
themselves. Yes, because they didn't want any kind of bad publicity on their own part.
The publicity was not
or
even
for
about
them.
them.
Exactly.
It wasn't even making them look bad.
It should be a way of supporting somebody who is a drug addict.
Yes.
And then as a school which all you focus on is education, why wouldn't you just try to help somebody? Even if it was a lie, it was totally unnecessary for them to release that statement.
Even if they wanted to, I think they should have
reached out to Tony Rappo and let Tony Rappo know that, oh, this person isn't. And then maybe she could have done a public disclaimer herself
rather than
Do you understand?
Because I think the way they felt is that, you know, she's probably spoiling their reputation.
But she said she's been on the street for 7 years, meaning she's been out of your school for 7 years, and you guys have produced great people in 7 years.
Each school would have a record of how many.
But if Vivian came out and probably became the president of Nigeria and said nobody's going to dig up anything to check was she really a student, you know? So for me, I think it was highly unnecessary.
Unnecessary, but I think they were trying to damage control.
Like I was saying, I think she was the first person that came to my mind, and I actually did say prayer for her, and I want to encourage everybody to just say prayer for.
When I read Eminem's story, the first person that came to my mind was Demi Lovato, because you know she keeps but that's I'm like, oh, I hope some, you know, the other people that are battling will get inspiration from this as well, not just the fans of Eminem. Okay, we're moving on to our final story now on the morning edition of Tea Time, and it's on Olamide, who says it's better you follow a police officer to the station. Okay, so he's also talking on the back of a lot of police brutality.
Did you guys see what happened over the weekend?
To who?
A policeman. Yeah,
I mean, so many things happen to policemen every day, so which one exactly?
No. It was on a popular blog site. I think a policeman, the details are not yet confirmed, but you could see in the video, you could see a dead body on the floor and people screaming, go carry him, you don't kill him, go carry him. Did you see that? And then they started beating up the police officer. Someone even smashed his head with a bottle. So when I saw this, I think, like we said, we need to start taking actions. I'm not encouraging violence over forces, I mean against forces, but I think we need to start. The moment you see, do not let them, because most of the time you see them just get, after they commit the crime, they just get in their vehicles and they go. We need to start holding them accountable for what they do before the whole investigation and stuff. But I really, really do respect what Olamide. Like, if I have any issue with a policeman, in as much as I know my right, but if you are still insisting and I see that you are getting some type of way over what I'm saying, I'll just be like, okay, officer, let's go to the station. I'd rather just follow you to the station and sort it all out there. In as much as I would try.
Sorry, let me just quickly chip in. Do you know when you actually say that? Because I've been in a situation like that. It's like, yes, let's go to the police station. Do you know he was no longer interested in the matter?
Because at the end of the day, they know that they have nothing against you.
And they know they're not going to get anything. Exactly. So they're like, so I think people should stand up and, like he says, you know, follow them to the police station.
If you're innocent, though.
So if you're not innocent, follow them.
You know, that thought wouldn't even come to your mind if you are not innocent, because your mind will be like, okay, let's see, how much can I give them? Elsie?
Well, but, I mean, it's a tricky stand. I don't even know where to stand, whether follow them or just it's not even safe in their station, really. That's the truth.
But I think your chances of getting help are better when you go there.
Your chances of getting help might not be better because there's been
If you're
cases
innocent.
of them. Yes,
true.
if you're innocent, there's been cases of them seizing somebody's phone, and this person was there for a week without doing anything, no way of communicating with anybody or
and then
telling
the fact that
anybody
you're
to
even
help you.
following them to
And
the station, they'll feel like you're being somebody. You stubborn.
and these are people that will tell you, I will shoot you, nothing will happen. What if nobody knows where you are going and you are there, they shoot you and throw you somewhere and nobody knows? You know, we are in a very bad state, and I don't know where to stand, but I hope this reformation just starts soon.
Exactly. I was going to
say
say that if we're talking about reformation, then we should start, which I think we should start from the station, so that when you get there, you are assured of your safety. You are assured of getting what your privileges. You are assured of getting
your right to a phone call and all that.
Not being held for over 24 hours and
asking you to transfer the money now. Yes,
and then seizing your phone. Because I saw the case of there was this popular actor that was assaulted last week as well with a pregnant woman, and they took them to Kirikiri after a judge said they can post bond and all of that. But it was all. So at the end of the day, they left him with his phone. So sometimes you have to write to your phone. That is your personal property.
All right. On that note, we wrap up on Morning Tea Time. A big thank you to my co-anchors, Ife and Elsie, for their contribution on the program. Our competent production team as well. And last but not least, our group of stylists, courtesy of Kudis Empire and Liz Harrison. Join us this afternoon for another interesting episode of Tea Time. Until then, I'm Tokumbo Taiwo. And today, I'd like to say goodbye in one African language, the African language of Swahili, Kwaheri.